Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today we are watching Trigger Happy Dad in his Fubuki, the tier 8 Japanese destroyer. And he's on the map Ocean in a 3-point domination game mode. It's a tier 8 match. Now I got this replay from wowreplays.com. I will put a link in the video description. I will also put a link to Trigger Happy's YouTube channel in the video description. Well, now let's have a look at this game. Trigger Happy is already communicating with his team and he is proposing to take B and C. In this game mode, if you control a capture zone, you get points, and if you reach 1,000 points, you win. If you kill enemy ships, you also gain points, and if you lose ships, you lose points. So if you control the majority of the capture zones, it's a good thing, because it forces the enemy to take those back or lose over time. And a capture zone is a lot easier to defend than it is to acquire, because you can reset the people who are capping by shooting them. And you can, if both teams have a ship in the zone, nobody can cap. So yeah, there is that. Now there are two destroyers who are still going for A. I guess they decided because they are so close and they are destroyers, they can just pop smoke. And maybe they are just trying to delay the enemy. Now enemy destroyers are going there as well. So we shall see how this turns out. Trigger Happy is here in point C. He has spotted an enemy, he has used his smoke. So has the enemy. Trigger Happy has a lot of support here, so he should be fine. And there are friendly planes. Now the planes, they have spotted those torpedoes quite early on, so he has more than enough time to avoid those, which is nice. And the dive bombers are going after the enemy destroyer. The enemy destroyer couldn't stay in the cap circle, he had to retreat, so Trigger Happy captured this zone. And yeah, that was the plan all along. So this destroyer might survive, but yeah, he didn't really achieve anything around here, and now they are free to go towards B. And A is also still contested, so they are already in the lead. They killed an enemy destroyer down here, I think. And oh, there is a stray torpedo, but doesn't seem problematic. Now it looks like the majority of the enemies are going towards point A. But they aren't there yet, and at the moment it looks like the friendlies are actually capturing this point. If they almost have it. Oh, someone contested this point. And maybe a friendly destroyer is forced to retreat. But Trigger Happy and I guess this other Fubuki are going towards B. There is already a cruiser inside B and the enemies don't seem very close to this point yet. So yes, they are losing A. Well, losing, they never actually got A, but it wasn't the plan to capture this point, so everything's still fine. And you can see even the friendly carrier, he is following the team around, which is always nice to see. The enemy, if the friendly carrier would have stayed somewhere around here, he would not be in a great position. It's always risky as a carrier to just stay somewhere in the map border and hope nobody finds you. It's much safer to just follow your team around, because right now they would go to this carrier if you needed it. And they have almost captured the point B. And now they control 2 capture zones and the enemies don't even have one yet. Now they almost do. Oh, it's already looking rather nice. Even though they are 1 ship behind, they are leading in points. Those enemy destroyers could be a problem. Right now, I think Trigger Happy and this other Fubuki, they just wanna keep the enemies out of this capture zone. All they have to do is defend. They can stay back, they can harass, and they can deny them zone. But the enemy destroyers are spotting them, and if they are spotted, they will probably get obliterated. Oh, there is quite a bit of damage incoming. But the enemy destroyer is getting low. Maybe this salvo will finish him off. Unfortunately it won't. But more friendly fire is incoming and yeah, he's down. I guess I'm not sure if friendly fire would have been the correct term. Anyway, his torpedoes just sunk an enemy. His destroyer is dealt with. Now it's looking a lot better. There are enemy planes, but the friendly carrier is also here with fighters. Planes are always a bit dangerous for a destroyer, because a destroyer can't really shoot down the planes. And they are spotting you. And you really need your stealth as a destroyer, or you will get obliterated. Well, the friendly team is pushing here towards the south. I mean, they could push a little bit more direct inside directly towards point B, but they only have to defend this line. They don't have to capture it. If the enemy would control B, they would be forced to just drive straight into here, but they can afford to stay on the outside. And this poor Cleveland is probably going to sink here. And those 2 destroyers managed to ram themselves. And I both say they are sorry. It's always nice to see people are polite. As you can see here, the enemy team is pretty much forced to push towards B, but so far they didn't have much success. They are getting torped when they try. And yeah, they're probably getting shot at from those ships as well. So they are in a pretty awkward spot. Yeah, they probably need more destroyers here in the front, but I mean, they had a destroyer who tried, and unfortunately for them, this destroyer got obliterated. You also have to be careful when there are fighter planes in the air, because they can spot you as well. They just circle around the ship, and if you're getting unlucky and they are circling near you, it can be very frustrating to get spotted by such a plane in a destroyer. Now, as you can see, the Admiral Hipper is inside the zone. He is trying to cap, but he's forced to turn around soon afterwards. He is just getting shot to death. And this Torpedo is getting really close to Trigger Happy, but he's still safe in his smoke. There is also a Hatsuharu coming for him. So I guess they finally decided to hunt him down, because he is really doing a good job denying the enemy's scare point. There are torpedoes coming, thankfully. The spread is in a way that he isn't really in a problem. The enemy probably just blind fired inside the smoke. Now, you don't really want to get out of the smoke inside of 3 kilometers of a battleship. The secondary guns can be quite deadly. And there goes the torpedoes. but the Hatsuharu has managed to get really close to him. There is no smoke left. He's currently trying to retreat, and he can't really change to forward pace right now because he would stand still and lose his, well, his ability to maneuver for a short time. The problem with a ship, you can't just like press the brakes and switch into forward. You have to slowly stop first and then start going again. Well, he can avoid those torpedoes, but his health is really low, and yep, here he sinks. But I mean, this is a win. There are only there are only 3 ships left. They are almost at 1,000 points. Now the friendly team, they drove down here and now they are pushing in here hard. The remaining enemies are on the run and they never managed to get the point B. If you can capture 2 zones early on and then defend them, you're in a really good spot, as this game has hopefully shown. And there is the win. Now let's take a quick look at the results. Trigger Happy managed to get over 3000 basics period. What a great game. And almost all friendly ships survived. The enemies got pretty much obliterated. And yeah, they worked together in a team. They secured 1 capture point early on, while yeah, they had some destroyers delaying the enemy. And then they went for the 2nd capture point. And they managed to get 2 points before the enemy even had 1. And then it was just a matter of defending. And I did a really great job at that. They just had to keep the enemies from getting inside this point. The destroyers did a great job in scouting and zone denial with their torpedoes. And the friendly team was just slowly driving its way downward and I guess shooting everything. So it was a really nice game to watch. And yeah, Trigger Happy got himself Confederate and high caliber 4 kills, and I think over 100,000 damage. Very well played from him, well played from the team, and truly a pleasure to watch. Hope you enjoyed it as well, and I see you guys next time.